Colorado's infrastructure is getting a C- overall in a new report from the American Society of Civil Engineers. They're taking a look at critical things like roads and railways that we're using every day. But what really caught our attention, though, was the grade for roads dropping from a C- to a D+. The report found that 24% of roads are in poor condition and just 35% are in good condition. The authors did acknowledge, though, money is being spent to fix these issues, but just not enough.
When people come and visit us from out of state, that's the first thing they say is what horrible, horrible roads we have.
This morning we're hearing from you about the conditions of the roads in your area. That was Vicki from Brighton. She reached out to Denver 7 and told our Maggie Bryan that she's frustrated about this portion of I-76 near East 167th Avenue. You can see it, or 168th Avenue, excuse me. You can see it right there on your screen, the number of potholes right there by the center line. You can see from that dash cam video some of the large potholes that drivers say they've had to dodge when switching lanes.
Maggie is joining us live near I-76 with more on a proposed solution to fix these roads. But Maggie, that debate is just getting started.
Yeah, good morning, Dan and Anusha. Vicki told me she's scared to drive on parts of I-76, especially when her grandchildren are in the car with her. And when I went out to meet her in Brighton, it was hard to ignore the almost constant potholes you saw in that video, kind of almost splitting those two lanes. So Vicki told me she's embarrassed about the state of Colorado roads and wants to see more money put into them to fix them. One potential solution could come in the form of a ballot measure that voters may see on their November ballot. I spoke with a lobbying group for the proposals and learned they would redirect a portion of sales tax dollars collected from auto-related sales to go toward roads. That means taxes on things like auto part sales, gas, Ubers, and food delivery services. Right now, that money goes to the state's general fund and can be spent in a range of different areas. Dustin Zvonek with the lobbying group called 76 Group says the proposed measures are in response to legislators cutting more than $100 million out of the state's transportation fund during the last legislative session.
What these measures would do is ensure that going forward, that all of this revenue that the state is already collecting, this isn't new money. This is money already being collected from Uber fees, from Grubhub fees, from taxes we pay when we buy cars or car parts. It's already being collected. It's just ensuring that it's going to be allocated to improving the condition of our roads.
I reached out to the Joint Budget Committee for more insight into the cuts to the transportation fund last session and why legislators made those decisions. I'm still waiting to hear back, but I did hear back from CDOT. A spokesperson sent me a statement saying, in part, while the department does not take a stance on ballot initiatives, quote, this redirection of sales taxes on motor vehicle parts, equipment, materials, and accessories would further cut resources to critical programs that rely on the general fund for resources. We'll have CDOT's full statement online at denver7.com, including what the department says about how Tabor could impact the measure. For now, 76 Group tells me they're still waiting on a state board to approve those measures that they have recently filed. Then if they get approved, they can start gathering those signatures. But we'll keep you updated on what happens next. And we do want to take a look at traffic right now. But Jason, first, I want to mention Vicki, the viewer I spoke with. She reached out to you initially about her concerns.
Yeah, I had a lengthy conversation with Vicki, and she was fired up. And she was. And it was nice to talk. It is nice to talk to the folks, and I get a lot of calls and emails and that sort of thing from folks. And this is the section of I-76 she's really talking about, and it is in bad shape. There's a lot of bad roads around the state, and they need attention. So there has to be some money coming into these roads to keep them well maintained, because that's what we all drive on every day, and it really affects us on an everyday basis. This is the biggest problem right now, is the construction project up in Brighton. Take a look from the camera up there, and we have monster delays. They just opened up some of the southbound lanes. So there you see the workers here picking up some of the cones, trying to open up both southbound lanes. We have still one lane open on the northbound side. Monster delays in here right now, unfortunately. Lisa, it's a nice morning to do some work, but doesn't mean it's going to be fun to drive in.